Great Scott, Marty. We're in some kind of strange place where grown men play with dolls. Wow, that's heavy, Doc. Yes, look around. What do you think is wrong with this place? Oh, seems kind of cool to me. But other people will not understand. They won't understand. Hello, my friends. How you doing today? And yes, look what I got. Look what I got. Listen, I'm getting real close today. I'm getting real close to you because I have a little setup over here, so I'm gonna show you what's going on. But what happened to me? I'm put my stuff down here. What happened to me is I finally got something that I've been trying to get for years and years and years and from once again. A gift from God came along, and I saw these figures. I saw these figures on eBay, and little pricey. The guy wanted it originally, and I don't want to false give information, but I want to say he was shooting for $1,000 for this set of figures. That's what I want to say. I put them in my watch list there. I'm like, I can't afford $1,000 for figures. That is not gonna happen. And then all of a sudden he dropped the price and had like a best offer thing on that. And this was a deal. I probably could have sent the guy a best offer, and there would have been a possibility he would have took the best offer. But I looked at it as the guy wanted $1,000. He just dropped the price. Obviously, he probably needs the money right now. And if there's a way for me to help somebody else out, and they're gonna in turn give me something that gonna make a child's dream come true, then I needed to do what I needed to do. Okay, so what happened was if you don't notice, I'm listen. Number one, don't tell the wives. Don't tell the wife. If you got this toy addiction thing that I got, don't tell the wives how you gonna do this. But PayPal now has this pay in 4 situation thing where you can actually buy things and then pay for them over time. Okay, so the things that you've wanted all your life, you can finally buy over time. Listen, don't tell the wife, but bi-weekly, they're gonna be sucking some money out of your account, and it's all because of the melting guy here, because of me and my craziness, telling you about what you can do now. You can now pay in 4 through PayPal. Shh. Don't get me in trouble. Don't comment and say, listen, Mrs. Crazy Guy, this is what he's doing. No. Shh. Because she'll put the kibosh on me. She'll put the kibosh. She'll mess me up. She'll tell me no more. But she's aware of it. I joke. She's aware that I have this addiction. She's also aware that I might be a little bit crazy. I might have a little bit something going on upstairs that the elevator might not go all the way up, or a few fries short of a Happy Meal. I always like that saying. People always say, I think you're a few fries short of a Happy Meal. Perhaps. Now, number one, I'm recording this video earlier because I've had some life-changing experiences. And what better than to start a life-changing experience than with some action figures that have just a movie that just changed my life, a movie that I've just loved for years and years and years, and Back to the Future has been that movie. Now I'm going to tell you about these figures. I'm going to show you these figures. This is a figure show, but I'm also this is a me. Now you subscribe to this channel, you know the situation. When you turn me on, you got a little piece of me. And that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a little piece of me right about now. But and I'm also gonna share my story about how I got these figures and a little story behind it about the guy and all sorts of stuff. It's gonna be cool. But I've been wanting these things for years now. I wanted the original one. I was looking for the original Marty. What I got here is, I'm gonna show you. This is actually a Back to the Future 2 Marty. Now, if I put it up here, I'm gonna do that little hand thing there, so maybe you can see Marty a little bit better there. But I'm telling you right now, my friends, listen to me. These hot toy things are just unbelievable. Okay, so I get these things in the mail, right? And they got a little disheveled, okay, in the shipping process. No fault to the seller. Has to do with the fact that there's a lot of little itsy bitsy pieces to these things. Now, number one, I give the guy 150% credit for going back and packing this whole box thing back up to the way it was. Now they come on. Let me see if I can pick up the. Let me see which one here. That's pick up Marty's. Now they come in a box like this, right? Yeah, this is the Hot Toys box that you get it in there, and then you crack it open over here. I'm gonna try to crack it open over here, and you crack it open, and then inside you get. And I'll try to hold everything into place. It comes in like this, okay? So you got everything's in there, everything you need to start your Hot Toys, start your toy thing there. I mean, it's got the stands, it's got the books, it's got the. If you've watched Back to the Future, it has everything. It's got Marty's hats in there. Everything is in there. If you want to relive your little Back to the Future 2 moment in time. But for years I was eyeballing on the top shelf of a toy vault near me. I was eyeballing a Back to the Future Marty, the original one, okay? And when I'm talking years, I'm talking years, okay? And I looked at it, and I want to say they wanted like $300 for it or something like that at the time, and I couldn't afford it. I just could not afford it. I could not. Now, I don't know if number one, comment below number one if I'm too close. I don't know if I'm too close because this is a different camera angle for me. I'm getting a little up close and personal with you because I wanted you to be able to see the figures because this is a figure thing. But for years, I wanted this thing. I would stand there. Every Christmas time would come. My kids would be like, "What do you want for Christmas?" Like right there, but that. And no, they put it on the top shelf, so you can't even touch it. You can't touch it. You can't look at it. You can't see it. You can't do nothing. It's pretty much like here it is. It's like the Grail. Like you can't you can't reach it. You can't see it, but it's there. You know what I mean? And I'm like for years, the kids are like, "Oh, what do you want for? I want that." I don't know if they couldn't justify the $300. In my heart, I couldn't justify the $300 or whatever it was that I think they wanted at the toy vault. But I tell you, man, years of waiting and waiting and waiting. I broke. I just broke, and this is a little bit different. But I'm like, so anyway, these things come in. Let's talk about Marty first, okay? So Marty comes in, and then of course he comes with what the hoverboard. Yeah, there you go, a little tiny hoverboard. And what the cool thing is about the Hot Toys there is, bam. Okay, watch this, ready? It's magnetic, okay? The hoverboard is magnetic. So I put Marty on his little stand there like that. I put the little hands out like that. Hey, and for literally an hour last night, okay? I'm running. I'm not even walking. I'm running. Now I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. You see, like I try to cut certain. I'm a big guy. Listen, and I'm running around my house going. And my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like. My daughter comes by, and I'm like, and she's looking at me, and they're both like, you're losing it. You're crazy. You're going nuts. I'm like, no. You have no idea what this means to me. You have no idea. I told my wife, hold out your hand. Just hold out your hands for a second, okay? And I took Marty off his little hoverboard there, and I put his little arms down there, and I said, hold him like this. Hold him like baby style. Hold him baby style. I said, and the most important part about Hot Toys, let me tell you something right now. If you're a Hot Toy collector, look into their eyes. Listen, very important. Even with people in general, when you're talking to somebody, you always look into their eyes. The eyes are the windows of the soul. And I'll tell you right now, Hot Toys figures' eyes are unbelievable. I mean, it's like they're glossy. It's like they're looking at you. They're looking away from you. They're looking. I'll tell you, it's just. But I put it in her hand. I'm like, I said, listen, you're holding a little Michael J. Fox. Did you ever think in your life you would be holding a little Michael J. Fox? I mean, I waited years to hold a little Michael J. Fox. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, you've totally lost your mind. But you know what, my friends? I think when we stop being, that's the word what am I looking to drag from here? What I was about to say was a quote, I think, like from the Real World there. It's a time where you stop being real, but that's what I was looking for. I was looking for, yeah, there's a time to grow up, but there's always a time to have that kid in you. And these things bring me back to the kid in me. And I'll tell you right now, it's funny because it's Marty right here. Okay, look. Okay, once again, look into his eyes. He's got the Nike shoes. I mean, the magnetic. fit on the hoverboard. We got the hoverboard going on, and I tell you, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't see off camera here, but everything's like all like these things are on like they're on like folded towels, and I mean clean folded towel. I mean, we're talking these things. These are like gold to me. This is gold. This is better than gold. Okay, I think people get gold. Okay, it's gold. This is better than gold. Okay, you wear gold or silver, whatever. You put that on. You get your rings or whatever. This is better. Okay. And then his doc right here. Look at him. Just I'm gonna put the hand back there so you can see I'm doing that thing. I don't know if I'm too close, too far away. I try to keep it still, see if the camera can't focus. This is Doc Brown, man. I'm holding a little Christopher Lloyd in my hand. I don't know if anyone understands the concept of this. I don't even know if you guys are on board or what's going on right now in my head. But I'm like, look at this is my childhood in my hands. It's bringing everything all right back to me, and I can make Doc and Marty have all kinds of adventures. Yesterday, okay, so the wife. I got these Detolfs. If you don't know what a Detolf is, it's a cabinet. Okay, you buy these cabinets at IKEA, and for the longest time they were like impossible to get. Couldn't get them anywhere. And then all of a sudden they came back in stock, and I ordered like 2 of them, and I'm like, okay, well these are where my figures are gonna go. These are where my action figures. Because listen, let's get this quite clear. I'm gonna get this clear. I do not play with dolls. Okay, these are action figures. These are men of action right here. These people are ready to go, and these are action figures. Okay? I don't play with dolls. I'm not a little girl. Not a little girl. Have some respect for the hobby. Have some respect for the hobby. These are action figures. Now listen. So I tell the wife, I'm like, hit the lights on the Detolf. Hit the lights on the. Listen, I went out and I bought this light kit for my four tier Detolf. So I got 4 shelves of action figures, but there's only 3 shelves filled right now. And on one of the shelves is 2 Bruce Lee figures and 1 Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson's in the middle. I don't really know the reason behind that. I was thinking this would be the fighting Detolf. Okay, this is the fighting shelf. And so I put Mike Tyson in the middle, and I put the 2 Bruce Lees on each side, and they're kind of just looking at each other. And then I took the Doc, and I took Marty, and I'm like, my wife, and the wife's watching TV, and I'm kneeling down in front of this thing, and I'm like, Doc, where are we? And she's, great Scott, Marty, it looks like we've reached some kind of Bruce Lee museum. Look at this. It's Mr. Lee. Hello, Mr. Lee. Doc, why isn't he responding? Because he's dead, Marty. That's why. These are statues. I'm going back and forth, and then I'm like, and Marty's like, and who's he? And they're like, that's Mike Tyson. That's one of the greatest fighters of all time. Well, is he a statue too? I don't know, but we better get away before he starts swinging. And then and my wife's looking at him. She's like, you're crazy. Listen, I'm trying to watch TV. You're playing with, listen, I'm 40 plus years old. God be with me, okay? That's all I got to tell you. If I'm playing with dolls at 40 years old, if you're playing with dolls at 40 years old, God be with you, okay? Because God loves the little children. And if you're acting like a child, then that's good. It's all good. We ain't hurting nobody with our action figures. Yes, we made that quite clear. So anyway, so I got Marty hovering around, chasing my daughter. My daughter had to go to the bathroom. She comes downstairs. She comes downstairs and she's like, I'm like, come here. And she's like, no, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, where are you going? And she's like, I'm going to the bathroom. Like, and I'm like throwing voices from the other. I'm like, great Scott, Marty, where are you? I'm like, I don't know, Doc. I'm heading into the bathroom. Listen, it was definitely a thing. It was a thing last night because, man, these things brought me so much joy. And then the funny thing is let's go on with this. First, number one, I want to thank the seller that sold these for me. This guy has to be, if you could give more than just positive feedback to a seller, I would. I don't know. Monetarily, I ain't a rich man. I'm still paying on these bad boys. But if there was a way to let eBay know that there is a seller out there, that this guy is like eBay gold. Okay, now I'm telling you right now, you need to appreciate this guy. He took his time he boxed all the guy. I'm sure the guy got a job. I'm sure he's working, taking care of himself, doing what he's got to do. Whatever his situation is, that's not my business. But I'm sure he's got. This takes time, to pack one of these things. It takes time. Let me show you the Doc Brown box here. Oh god, that's Marty. I showed you Marty. But Doc Brown right here. Let me show you first. Let me show you the box. This is what the Doc came in. He came in this, okay, and I can easily flip this thing over like that because I already took out the difficult item here that I had, which was a difficult item. But if you look inside here, I mean, you got the newspaper, you got the glasses so he can look around. He's got his regular I think they're the sunglasses or whatever, digital sunglasses, whatever it was there from that he had in the movie, and it's got the thing that put Jennifer to sleep, the little hand thing there. I'm not gonna break the whole thing. There'll be pictures over here. You know, I always add pictures so you can understand my madness. Okay, but this guy had to take the time to put all the stuff back in the box. And I told him, I said, listen, I watch YouTube. Sometimes I have to take figures out and put them back in the box. And I watch YouTube videos for hours, and I meticulously place each item back in the box because it's important to me. And then on top of that, I purchased these things from this guy. So wait a minute. Once again, you're probably going to ask me what I paid for them because that's usually the question. What'd you pay for them? The guy asked $1,000. I don't think you told me yet what you paid for them. Okay, so originally I wanted, like I said, forgive me if you're watching. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe he was asking about $1,000. And then all of a sudden the price dropped, and I got a eBay message saying the price has now dropped to, I want to say it was $700 for both figures. Now, granted, that's $350 a piece, you know what I mean? And the ones that were on the shelf back in the day were probably about the same amount of money, but they have gone up in price. Okay, these things are definitely you know what, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. These are a better investment than buying firearms. Okay, listen, I like to shoot at the range sometimes, and I purchased some firearms, and recently I've had a little work problem, so I went and I sold some of my firearms. You know, I went and brought them to the place to see how much I would get for certain firearms that I just don't use, that I have no use for, no purpose for. I don't know why I bought them to begin with, and I got like nothing. They gave me there was one thing they were like, we won't even give you anything for this thing. So if you're a firearms guy, if you're a gun collector, guns are not even worth the investment. Listen, with all the stuff going on nowadays, stop by. You're a gun collector, whatever. But I'll just tell you right now, these things are a better investment. These things do not go down in value. In fact, they increase in value. And I could easily, if I wanted to sell these things right now and get my money back, I'm 100% sure I could. 150% sure I could. In fact, if I wanted to be one of these flippers, you know, these flippers that I can't stand that I'm always complaining about on this channel, I'm sure I could flip these things in a heartbeat and probably get the $1,000 that this guy was originally trying to get. But that ain't me. And I think these are a blessing, and these are something that I've been wanting for a long time. So, with that said, the Doc over here, and here he is again there. Here you go. And I'm constantly with the Great Scott because that's his line, man. And the funny thing is, I'm practicing it now. Now I'm in the mirror, right? And the wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Great Scott, Marty." You know, I'm like, "It's your kids, Marty. It's your kids." And I'm like, and she's like, "You're losing your mind." I'm like, No, I'm not losing my mind. I'm finding my childhood. Okay, I might be getting older, but once you give up, that's when you get old. Okay, when you start saying, you know what, time to grow up. Yeah, it's time to grow up. I got bills to pay. Yeah, I got bills to pay. But you know, sometimes you gotta take that child inside of it. Why do people go to like Disneyland? Why do people go to amusement parks? Why do people go do those things? It's because they're looking for the child inside of them. They enjoy these things for a little while. You escape the reality, which is this terrible life that we live in sometimes. Sometimes life is just terribly unbearable, and you need to escape. And this be honest with you, this is my escape. Okay, collecting action figures. Okay, collecting movies, watching movies. Music, listening to music, collecting music, and these toys, they bring me much joy. So let's get to the Doc here. Let's get to the Doc. So the Doc, he came. You saw the case and everything, but he is awesome. I mean, he's got like a wire in this thing. If I want to arrange this thing, look, watch, ready, watch this. What I'm gonna try to do. Listen, I gotta be as gentle as possible because I don't want to mess anything up with these things, but because they're gonna go back in the box until I can get the DTOF set up the proper way that I want to. But look. Doc is in the wind. There's wires in these things. So if I want to arrange his little jacket to go like that or like this, I mean, these things are unbelievably like precise and articulated. I mean, he's got these little things on his shoes. I don't know if you can see the things on his shoes there. They're like little antennas. They're on, let me turn them around as you can see. Like little antennas on the back of his shoes. And these things can be easily broken. But they could be broken by me, my friends, because these things are gonna be loved like one of my children. Okay, I'm gonna love these things like a child, like one of my children, because I love them that much. And when the box came in, okay, I'm gonna show you a couple things. Number one, this guy was also, and on top of the fact that he gave me to me the deal of a lifetime. He gave me the deal of a lifetime. But he also had custom stands made for these figures. Custom stands. So these things come in mail. And let me see if I can show you this thing without, I don't know if the glare or anything's going to mess this up or whatever. But this is a custom stand, okay? And the funny thing is I get the thing in the mail, and he stayed, I'll tell you right now, he through the whole packing process, the whole time you started putting these things back in a box to the time that these things went out his house door, he sent me information, pictures, okay? No eBay seller does that. He sent pictures of what he was doing every single time he did it. And I was like, I felt like I was there with him, helping him pack it up. That's how good I felt. But he's like, I'm throwing in the custom stands. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, buddy, number one, the custom stand, this is just a bonus to me. This is an extra add-on, something else. Those dolls, thank you. You know, dropping that price to an affordable price where I could find some kind of sanity in my mind to not reciprocate to what's the word I'm looking for? Where I want to I can make that decision. I could decide. I could determine. I don't know. So I could buy the dang things. This is so for him to drop the price that way, and I'm sitting in the car. I think I was waiting for my daughter to pick her up from work, and then all of a sudden it popped up, and I'm like, I was still waiting for her, and then by the time she got the car, I'm like, listen, you made me wait here 45 minutes. Your dad just spent $700 on action figures, and she's like, not my fault. I'm like, no, it's not your fault, but you know, if you would have been out a little bit earlier, I still would have bought it. You know what I mean? So, but he threw in the, look at this thing, look at it, look at that. I'm trying not to get any glare. I'm still learning this camera showing action figure thing. Now, so it comes in pieces, okay? This is like one piece, okay? And this is another piece, and then these are two other, actually 1, 2, 3 pieces, okay? So he got it all wrapped up really nice, and he puts on the things like the custom stands are gonna be wrapped on top of the box. So my son's home that day, and me and my son, we interact, but sometimes he's very busy. He's a busy little guy. He's got things going on. He got friends. He got basketball. He got stuff going on. So you know what? So as a father, this was an important moment. I'm like, you, my son, can open up my action figures. Let's open up together. Let me watch, and you open them up, and we'll open them up, and we'll see what the condition is, what's going on, and everything. Because I kind of saw the whole packing process. I knew it was coming in the mail, but sometimes things get jumbled during in the mail. This is just a fact. But so we get to the end, and here's the custom stands. I'm like, so I forgot all about the custom stands. So all of a sudden, I'm like, I picked up this big pile of bubble wrap, and I'm like, why is it so heavy? And I unwrapped the thing, and I'm like, it's the custom stand. I'm like, but there's supposed to be 2. So we go back into I almost threw out the second custom stand because I totally forgot that he had the 2 custom stands in the thing. But then we're trying to figure out how to put it together because I'm gonna have to reach forward. Am I gonna have to reach forward? It's gonna pause, edit, sorry, but I'm reaching. And I'm back. Okay, listen. Most stands have these things. I call them, I don't even know what they're called. They're stands, but I call them crotch grabbers because this let me put the custom stand out of the way there. This stand right here, if you take Marty right here, right, and I was playing with Marty last night, so it should be up to his height there. You put Marty right there, and it catches his crotch. That's what it does. I call it a crotch grabbing stand. I don't know if that's the right terminology for it, but that's what I call it. That's what most of the Hot Toys come on, and that's what most of the Hot Toys come with. But this one right here was custom made, and the guy, my guessing is the guy used probably a laser printer or a laser some kind of laser something. This was not made. This was made by hand. Okay, this was custom made by hand somehow, and this is not set up to Marty's. Is it? Did I set up to? No, it's not because I just fiddled around with it in front of you. Is the other one set up to Marty's? I don't want to grab the other one. Hang on a second. So let me move this custom stand up to Marty. So so I get it in the mail, and I put it together. Oh no, not there yet. Not there yet. Hang on. And I put it together, and I look at my son, and not there yet. Marty's a little bit taller than I thought he was. So I get it together. There we go. I get it together, and then see if you. I don't know. Hopefully you can see this on camera. Okay. So I get it together, and I tell my son, I'm like, with the custom stand, him sitting on the custom stand, it looks like Marty's got a little transparent penis. I'm like, I don't think that's how Marty's supposed to be. I'm not sure if that's how this guy had this displayed. Was Marty standing there with his, I said, in the pictures, I don't remember seeing the transparent penis of Marty or Doc Brown. And I'm like, but I can't think of any other way that this stand would work. I'm like, does it grab his hand? Does he kind of just, I'm like, in his pictures, he wasn't just hanging on to it. And the only way would be this way. So I messaged the guy back and I'm like, listen, this is another thing too. eBay sellers that you contact and they contact you almost directly back. Hang on, as you can see, try and put my, and they contact you directly back with your stupid questions like, hey, is the stand supposed to be like this? Is Marty supposed to have an invisible, penis thing sticking out of his thing? And he messaged me back. He's like, yes, that's the way that they are. He goes, you can use the stands that are in the box if you want. But that's the way they are. He goes, with the dock, if you put the dock on the stand, which I did, I tried it. You can cover it up with his coat. And I'm like, but the guy was nice enough to go back and forth. But that was the one of the things. So I'm unboxing this thing, and I'm like, number one, I almost threw out the second stand. Number two, I got Marty and his invisible penis, and I got the Doc with his invisible penis. But I'm all good with that. You know what? And I am going to display him with the stands like that because eventually the DeLorean is going to be here. I pre-ordered. I did it. Listen, all my life I have wanted a DeLorean. A real DeLorean. Yeah, a full-size DeLorean. The fact is, I am never in my whole entire life ever going to get my hands on a real DeLorean. I'm never going to sit. Probably never even going to see or sit in a real life DeLorean. Unless I go to like one of these like Comic-Cons or a car show or some kind of thing like that where I can sit in the DeLorean. I ain't never going to get one. So what I did was, once again, if the wife's there, you might want to ask her to leave the room for a second there and listen, and don't blame me for this. You can pre-order a DeLorean on sideshow.com or whatever, and you can pay it over time. And yeah, it's like $900, okay? But how is Doc? Listen. This is how I explain to the wife. I got Doc. Oh man, I dropped. I'm going down to pick it up, and you know, I usually just leave the stuff down the floor there, but this is much too important for me to leave on the floor there. It was the hoverboard. Yeah, I dropped the hoverboard. Yeah. But then, no harm. It's close to the floor. How is Doc and Marty supposed to travel through time if they don't have their time machine? Okay, I know some people, they put their little figures in their detour for that, and they're perfectly fine with the whole situation. But when I got Doc and Marty out of the package, I looked at them and I'm like, no, they can't go back in time without their time machine. Just like Batman can't drive down the street without his Batmobile. And these are just things that we have to pick up. These are things we have to. I can't. Listen, if you see me like glancing over every once in a while, it's because I'm a happy little boy. I'm just a happy little boy right now. And so yeah, I had to get the time machine. I had to pre-order the time machine, but luckily, so now I'm having a little financial woes right now, a little bit of financial issues right now, but not really, but not really. You know what? God will provide. That's what I always say. God will provide. He always has, always will. He taking care of me, and I'm going to be fine. So I'm going to be getting my DeLorean. But the DeLorean ain't being released until like 2023 at the end. Like I'm talking like July 2023. And they don't start taking any money out of my account until I want to say December of 2023. So I'm good. I'm good right now. It's pre-ordered. It's in the can. I'm guaranteed to get me my DeLorean. So it's coming. It's coming. But on top of that, so let's get this other thing going on here. So Doc, and I took these out of the box only because I wanted to show you. Doc comes with his I don't know if I want to close it though, because if I close it, so he comes with his emergency. If you remember, Back to the Future 2, when he gets out of the car, he has to give Marty money, you know, so he can get stuff. You know what I mean? There's this situation where he's got to give Marty money, and he has to give it to him out of this emergency cash suitcase. Now let me see if hopefully I'm focusing on it. This thing is what's that? I want to make sure I had a slow leak in the tire, and so I was anyway. Besides that, so yeah, the money. I'm gonna see if I can hold there we go. See, check. Look at that. Am I doing that thing right? Can you see it? So all of this money spilt out in the box, and my friends, listen. I've worn glasses probably most of my life. But I had eye surgery 3 years ago, 4 years ago, best thing I ever had. But now my up close I'm starting to lose some up close, and so I was like, I got to get all of this money put back exactly the way, because I am OCD. So the fact that this money was out of whack was driving me out of whack. And I absolutely love taking care of these figures. These figures are not just figures. They're a chore. They're a chore. It's like like I said, it's taking care of your babies. You're taking care of your babies. So it's the first thing. Let me keep going, because sometimes my mind goes flying all over the place, like Marty on his hoverboard. First thing, I gotta look up online where this money is placed, because visually there's no dates really on the money. You gotta know where the money goes. And I probably could eliminate all this problem by looking in the box. The instruction manual is probably in there, and it probably has where you put the money. But no, I didn't. I went online, I found a picture of money, and then I sorted the money. Look at this. I mean, this is just little tiny money. And I sorted every single dollar, and $5 bill and $50 bill, and every single whatever the heck it was. And then after I was done sorting it, I had to look on the video and figure out which compartment it had to go into, because it doesn't have the specific years, but it had to be exactly the way it should have been, movie accurate, because that drives me batty. And it's a chore, but it's a chore, a hobby, and a mind. What's the word I'm looking for? It keeps my mind busy. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I've been talking a lot about mental health, and talk a lot about the mind, and a lot about how our mind works sometimes. Sometimes your mind just races. Sometimes it's just racing and racing, and you can't get it to stop. And sometimes it's not all positive things. Sometimes it's some negative stuff that comes pouring into those things there. And coming to find out from you great people, I'm telling you, great people, which, let me stop right now. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I say it all the time. Eventually, I want to get paid for this stuff. Eventually, if I get paid, I can stop paying for all this stuff, because the wife after a while, she might be throwing me out. But I'll be making melting movie videos from the backyard or something in the tent, but big long Wi-Fi line hanging out the window. This might be a thing. But listen, if you hit the subscribe button, you help me get closer to that 1,000 subscribers that I'm shooting for. Wow, I lost track. So with that said, stuff like this, like sorting little minute money thing there. The guy was apologetic. The guy was like, "I'm sorry that it didn't come the way I packaged it up, that the money fell out of the thing." And I was fine with that. I was so fine with it, because I was like, now it gives me something extra to do. It gives me something to keep my mind busy. And I did. I sat there, kept my mind busy, and I sorted all of Doc Brown's money, so he can now hand it over to Marty, and Marty can go on his little adventure. Because wonder why? Because like little children, here's the lesson for the day, boys and girls. Children need attention. They deserve attention. They deserve to be loved for. They should be loved and cared for. There you go. They deserve to be loved and cared for. And that's what I do with my own children, and that's what I do with my action figures. And I absolutely love these. Was there something else I had to say? There was something. I want to think there was something else I had to say with this, but no. I think I'm done. Yeah. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for hanging in there. See if I can do that. I want to thank you. Yeah, see that? Yeah, and I want to thank you too. And that's my Marty from 1985 voice there. Yeah, just enjoy yourselves, my friend. Enjoy yourselves, because life is way too short. You can't take your money with you when you die, so you might as well enjoy it while you're alive. And if you can't enjoy it for yourself, take it and go enjoy it with your families. Go do something that brings you some kind of joy, because if you got no joy in your life, you don't have nothing. You could walk this planet for the rest of your life being miserable and angry. That's no way to live your life. If you're constantly hunting down the mighty buck, and your whole life consumes of you is a consumption of just trying to make some money. It's trying to make money, and you don't care how and why and the reason behind why you're doing it, and all you're doing is buying stuff, and you're gonna pay for it. You gotta pay for it. And that's. But if they're not bringing, if this isn't bringing you joy, I'm gonna tell you right now. I have a car with a car payment. Don't bring me as much joy as this brings me. Okay, that car is gonna take me from point A to point B. This brings me joy. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. When I pay the gas bill, that don't bring me no joy. When I pay the electric bill, that don't bring me no joy. But I'll tell you right now, to pay the bill when this thing pops up, it's like, oh, you now need to pay in four thing, whatever it is. I think it's 100 and I want to say they broke it into the pay in four. You do the math. I'm terrible at math, but it's like $100 and something or whatever, bi-weekly or whatever it is. Listen, and it'll be paid off before I know it. I enjoy paying it. I that's crazy. That sounds. I don't mind paying the bill. I don't mind paying the bill, and I hope I helped that guy out. And if he's watching right now, I want to thank you, my friend. You have a lifelong friend in me. Okay, we'll do a Toy Story thing there. I'll be keeping an eye on you, what you're selling. I'll be keeping an eye on. Well, I'll keep communication with you every once in a while. Maybe that's creepy to keep communication with eBay sell. But you know what? If you subscribe to this channel, we can communicate through here throughout the time, because I do unboxings of toys. I do unboxings of Blu-rays. I do unboxings of CDs and DVDs and I just say Xbox games. One time I ever do Xbox games if I get it from the Dollar Tree or Dollar Tree videos. You guys know what listen. If you've been watching me and you subscribed, you know what I'm doing here. If you watch me for the first time and you're not subscribed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later. Great Scott, is the video done? Doc, that was kind of weird. Marty, it's like this guy has been sitting in this room for the last 30 minutes talking to himself. Yeah, Doc, and I don't think we're going to be able to escape from this. No, Marty. There is no escape from this madness.